What's the one console today that still has your favorite games? You still gotta bust out every, couple months because you just love that stupid shit. Nintendo 64. I mean, just come on, look at that console. It's awesome. It's one of the cooler looking consoles of its time. It's slick as shit. But we're not going to talk about the games or anything today. We're just going to talk about the system itself. And I'm not going to fuck around when I'm going to talk about the system itself. I'm going to go over the whole thing. Because, we got them all. So let's fucking talk about it. Alright, Nintendo 64. We're going to talk about the design. Because it is the first Nintendo console to have some curves to it. It's the only one that isn't boxy. I'm surprised nobody's ever talked about this. Is your NES. Box. Pretty boxy. Straight edges. Pretty box shape. Whoa. Curves. Awesome. Again, literally a box. And when you look at the Wii, again, it's pretty boxy. It looks like a fucking book. So I'm surprised nobody's ever brought that up. The fact that Nintendo likes to keep their products quite bland and boxy before the N64 and then after. This is the only one with some cutting edge design to it. So it's my favorite looking Nintendo, that's for sure. And it's released in '96. All I had was black. No problems with that. Most consoles are black anyway. Well, not back then, but they are now. Maybe this fucker started the trend. Well, Sega did all the black ones. So, I don't give a shit. Anyway, so, '96, all they had was black. And they're the most common ones. These ones are considerably less common, but they're always going to be on eBay. It doesn't matter what day of the week, there will be at least one of these colors on eBay. So you can get these black ones really cheap, especially if you already have a Nintendo 64. Don't buy them complete with controllers and cords. Just get the unit itself. I bought those 3 black ones together for $15. $15. Just because they didn't have controllers or cords. And keep in mind, I bought them for $15 separately, but together in price. This one got gutted. It's ready to get painted. So you gotta drop it off at Wilson Toyota. Isn't that strange? You're gonna take it to the auto dealership to get painted. But that's what happens when you know people. You gotta fucking know people. They do shit for you. So later on, they released the Funtastic series, and that is where you get all these crazy goddamn translucent colors. And they're pretty fucking awesome. But if you can find one on eBay that includes the cords and its original colored controller, you're gonna have to pay at least $50. Luckily, I didn't give a shit if it came with the controller or not. So I was able to get them for less money. Like Smoke, I paid $20 for because it was just missing this. I bought one of these green ones for $9 because it didn't come with any cords or a controller. And the rest you're going to pay some money for. How about that? When it comes to the colors, the green is the most common. It was the only one that really featured a game to it. I mean, Jungle Green. Nothing really jungle about it because it was Donkey Kong. That's what made it Jungle Green. Because it had Donkey Kong on the title. I think it included Donkey Kong. It was the only one that did that. Smoke. This one is very uncommon amongst these. You might find one or two on eBay at all times. You'll be lucky to win one, that's for sure. Atomic Purple. Now that one's cool because it's nice and dark compared to these guys. You can barely even tell it's translucent. It's almost a solid color, and that's my favorite thing about it. So it might be my favorite one of the colors. Ice Blue. Doesn't look too blue. Looks more like the ice, like the name, so that's good. Anyway, it looks good. I really like the color of that cartridge door. Pretty cool. Your Watermelon Red, right there with your Smoke when it comes to availability on eBay, and the price-wise is going to be a lot more than smoke. So I paid $60, and it didn't come with anything. Like games. I came with all the cords, not a matching controller. This one I paid $60 for, and it came with everything and a few games. So watch out, because gold's obviously a little better than red. So here's your fire orange. I don't know what the hell's so fire about it. Just looks like fucking orange. They should have just called it orange. That would have been cooler. Why couldn't they just call it like beer orange? I don't give a shit. Actually, they should have made beer yellow. That would have been awesome, because it's translucent. That would be translucent. They call it fucking pale ale yellow. That'd be kick ass. God damn, that'd be cool. Fuck. I can't make translucent plastic. And I can't paint something translucent. Shit, I really want that translucent beer color. That'd be fucking cool. Fuck. I gotta do that someday. In the N64's lifespan, they released 2 limited edition versions of the system. You got the gold, Toys R Us exclusive, and it is the standout one. This just is great. It's got semi-rarity to it just because it was an exclusive to one store. But amongst these, it's just the coolest one. If you can, this is what I recommend doing. Buy yourself a gold one. Hopefully it doesn't work. Well, that's what you really want. As long as the body's in good shape. Who gives a shit? Then take your black one and just put this shell on it, and you're good to go, and you probably paid less money. I'm looking into doing that right now, so I can have 2 golds. Because that'd be extra gay of me to have more N64s. Like 14's not fucking enough. Alright, so then you got your Pokemon one. This, I'm sad to say, is my favorite one. It's really sad to say this is my favorite. But it is the only one of these that is more than just a color change. And that is so cool. Guys, look at this. The whole body is shaped differently. This one, it's got just one big arch. The feet, I really like the feet. But in this one, it doesn't have the feet. It's just crazy. It still has the arch, but no feet. And they almost could have lost the arch. Then you got your Pikachu. He's sitting there all cute. He's also a reset button. His little footy. But the coolest feature for me is the power light is great. It is his fucking cheeks. You get 2 LED lights, and it's his fucking cheeks. When you turn it on, guess what happens? His cheeks light up, and they don't just light up. They flash for like a minute, and then they just go solid. It's so fucking sweet. Coolest N64 round. And it's the only one that is fucking 2 colors. Look at that. Blue, yellow. I love the yellow door on the blue. So cool. I love the Pokeball power button. It's really nice and rounded and large. It's easy. It's cool as shit. Other than that, it's just your standard N64. But god damn it. This doesn't get the respect it deserves. It's so cool. No other consoles did this. Release a special limited edition of the console that is completely different than the rest. I'm sure that you got your colors. And then like PlayStation 2, you got your limited edition like white slim and your gray version. But they're just the same thing but different color. This is a whole different fucking console. And that's fucking amazing that they did this. Just for a Pokemon theme N64. And didn't even have a goddamn Pokemon game on Nintendo 64 besides Snap and Hey You Pikachu. Oh, I guess Pokemon Stadium was out too. But those games sucked ass. But they didn't care. They really released a Nintendo 64 specifically for those games. Even though they suck. Amazing. So that's my video on N64 colors. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear which one is your favorites. You can bash on me because the Pokemon one's my favorite. But I told you why. So fuck off. So please leave a comment or something. I don't know.